Journalistic scavengers, such as Mark Lane, attempt to impugn the motives of these members individually, cast doubts upon the commission's
Getting a lot of phone calls, emails, and my words have been twisted. And I figure if you're going to the internet for information, go and find the right information.
Hello, I'm Glenn Moore. I live in the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex area. For the past 3 months on my YouTube channel, GMoore49, I've been doing some interesting research and posting the results of my research for the whole world to see. So what I would like to do here is to talk about the technology that I have introduced, and which, by the way, is not new. A lot of other people are doing it. It was introduced many years ago by John David Oates. It's called reverse speech. That's what he calls it. And of course he has a trademark on that name. But whatever you call it, whether you call it reverse speech or reversed speech or inverted speech or speech reversals, it is a real phenomenon. It's not fake. It's not some technobabble. Okay? It's not a pseudoscience. It's real. And the reason I say it's real is because I put it to test for myself. I listened to reversals in the past year, and I listened to it several times until I finally could understand and hear what was being said and know how to make the reversals in such a way that you would be able to hear them and understand what these people are saying in reverse. Basically what it amounts to is, with this new understanding, we can go into any situation in which we're not certain if the people speaking to us are being completely honest, and we can listen to what they're saying. We can figure out whether they're telling the truth, how much they're telling is true, and what we should do about it. This is empowering. This is an empowering technology, and I can understand why they go to great lengths to debunk it. Now, what I'd like to do, instead of just giving demonstrations of this, what I'd like to do instead is pull back the curtain and show you how it works. I'm going to take a video. I'm going to show you how I've taken a video that I've pulled off of the internet, and I'm going to convert that into an MP3 file, and I'm going to bring that into Audacity, and I'm going to use the program called Audacity to convert that MP3 audio file into something that I can use to demonstrate reverse speech. And I'm going to show you how to do it for yourselves, because it's not about making money. I'm not here to make money off of you. I'm not Mr. John David Oates out there in the down under. I'm in Texas. As far as I'm concerned, the financial system that we have now is so convoluted and propped up, it wouldn't matter even if I tried to do something. I don't think that it would be successful. But I would instead like to give you this information, show you how to do it yourself. And I'm not saying that everybody has to do this. When I listened to these reverse speeches, it was very difficult to get into at first. It's very hard, but I was motivated because I wanted to find out what's really going on behind the scenes, because basically I'm tired of the lies and I'm tired of the deception, and I just want to see this place to become a better world. And it's kind of hard to do that when you have so much in the way of deception in this world. So the way I see it, this evens the playing field. This evens the playing field. It brings the common person to the point of empowering them so that they can do something to benefit mankind, to bring us out of this fog of deception and bring us into reality, or at least to bring us a lot closer to the truth. So I'm going to show you how to do the speech reversals, and then you're on your own. You're on your own. What you want to do with it is up to you. The first thing we need to do is to take our file. Let's see if we can find the file. Jacqueline Kennedy, in her own words. Let's see. Do I want to do that one? I could. I could do Lee Harvey Oswald. But let's do Jackie Kennedy, in her own words. Okay. Now I'm trying to find out where this file is. It says the type of the file, MP4 video. I need to find out where it is. Oh yeah, I see where it is. Laptop data backup. Alright. So now I've got another program here that's going to convert. It's called Format Factory. You need to go download it. You can find it at cnet.com download. It's called Format Factory. It's free. So here I've got the program opened. Now I'm going to go click on MP3. I'm going to add the file. Jacqueline Kennedy, in her own words. Alright. Now I have the file in here. Now I'm going to set it for the output settings I've already set for high quality. You can go in and do that. So I'm going to go to OK. Now there's the file. Click on Start, and it's going to convert it into the MP3 file format. Shouldn't take too long. Okay, there it is. It's converted over to MP3. Now what I want to do is find the file that I just made. All this. Alright. We'll just open up Audacity, run as administrator, and we're going to say yes. Yeah, I know I already have that one. We're going to open another file. There it is, MP3, not the MP4 version, MP3. Okay, there it is.
An ABC News exclusive, a unique look inside Camelot. The story is told by the...
Now, we're going to separate everything right later. We're going to do the separation of the statements from Jacqueline compared to the others. But for right now, we just want to clean up the audio a little bit, because oftentimes the audio is very bad. So what we do is we zoom in with the plus sign, we select a small section, and we fix the audio. So we go to Effect, and we're going to go to Noise Reduction. Right here, Noise Reduction, and click on that. After we've selected this, of course, we have to have a selection of an empty area, a place where there's not any speech. Now I've got it set for 16 and 8 and 8, which is about average. Sometimes I do more or less. If you do too much, it will really distort the audio way too much. If you do less than 12, it's not going to have much of an effect. So we're going to do the Get Noise Profile first. Now we'll go, and then we'll click off, and then we're going to say Edit, Select All. Now we've selected all the audio. Now we're going to fix everything. So we're going to Effect, Noise Reduction, and we've already got the Get Noise Profile. We've already done that. Where noise reduction is 16, 8, and 8 is a good one to use. So I would just go ahead and recommend you doing that. You can always undo it if you decide you don't like it. Okay, there it is. Now it's going to apply the noise reduction. This is very important, especially for audio that was recorded a long time ago that's not very clear. And for those that are thinking that that's going to change what you hear, no, not really. It's going to change it only in the sense it's going to get rid of the background noise. It'll make it much easier for you to hear it, and so much easier for you to hear the speech reversals. And I recommend that that's the only change you make to the basic audio. Now we're going to save this as a Audacity file, so we're going to save project, and we'll just give it the same name that it was before. It has the extension .aup. It's an Audacity project. Now we could listen to this for speech reversals, but instead what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch over to the one I've already had open for John Connally. And this is from December 5, when he was just getting out of the hospital. And I've never listened to this one yet, other than what I saw on YouTube. So this will be an experiment, and we're going to find out what he says. First of all, the audio level is a little bit too low here. You can tell because the size is too small. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to increase the audio level slightly. We're going to select all. We're going to go to Effect, and we're going to amplify. So we're going to amplify it, I think about 1.4 will be sufficient for this. And you can tell whether it's right or not, because what it'll do is it'll go between 0.5 and 1 as far as the sound level. So there it is. Yes, that's a good sound level, except for the last part right here. It's a little bit loud, but other than that, it's a good sound level. Now we're going to zoom in, And as I said, we need to find an area where there's no noise, because I can assure you that this has a lot of noise in the background. I'm going to listen to this for just a second. Yeah, there's a little bit of noise in the background there. That's a good section probably to use for our noise profile. It should be an average profile, and I want the loudest. Alright, effect. We're going to do noise reduction and get the noise profile. So now whatever I had selected here is our noise profile. Now we're going to select all. Now we're selecting everything. Effect, noise reduction, and again I like 16, 8, and 8. It's a good one to use. Let's see how good that one works. Alright, we've got the noise profile. Let's listen to a segment of it.
Great many people who seek nothing except to live a life of decency, who seek nothing more than to...
Alright, that sounded fairly good. I'm happy with that, considering how old it is. I'm very happy with that. Now, I'm going to zoom back out a little bit so you can see the whole thing here. And what we can do is now we have the forward audio, which is all this right here. This is the forward audio. What we want to do is create a backwards section, and we're going to append it to the end of this. So we're going to go do select all. We're going to copy. So there's our copy. Now we're going to put the cursor at the end of this audio presentation. Now we're going to do edit and paste. So there it is. Now we've pasted it into the video. Now we want to reverse it. So we can either leave it selected or we can select what we want, but I would prefer that we just reverse the whole thing. There it is. We selected it all. Now we're going to go to Effect, and we're going to go all the way down to here where it says Reverse. And we're going to reverse that section right there. Remember, we've already cleaned up the audio. Now we want to reverse this section. This is an exact mirror reversal of what is here. Okay. Zoom in a little bit on to see the reverse section. But now what we want to do is we want to slow it down enough to where we can understand what he's saying in his reverse speech. If you played it just at this speed, you will not catch it. It goes very quickly. Now I have noticed that with John Connally, if I do a -36 for John Connally, I get a very good speech reversal. That's not always the case. Other people I've had to do -44, -55, -60, things like that. But generally, I can get a good speech reversal with him with -36. So I've got this section highlighted. And now I'm going to go to Effect, and this time I'm going to go to Change Tempo. Now let me explain something before I actually do this. The reason we want to change the tempo is because as we reduce the speed, we want his voice to still be clear and audible. We want to hear him as he normally would sound, only we're slowing it down. When you do the change tempo without changing the pitch, as it is here, it makes it sound normal, only it's slower. But we don't want to do just -16 or -20. Some people are saying -20 is enough. No, it's not. We need to go to -36. That's the best one I found for John Connally. Others even more than that, 44, negative 55, negative 66 or more. But negative 36 will be probably sufficient for most of the speech reversals. So here we go. We're changing the tempo to negative 36. Now you'll notice it's stretched out a bit. Okay, that's fine. Now, as I said, we're experimenting. I have not done anything with this audio yet. I haven't done anything. But generally, what I've noticed is that the best speech reversals will come within the first 2 minutes of the speech. And the first part is probably an introduction from someone else. But nevertheless, let's test it out. Let's go back to the beginning of it, and let's listen to it and see if we can find out who's speaking it first.
Good morning. I want to thank all of you for being down here this morning to listen to what I think is good news, and to also give Ms. Connally and me an opportunity to...
All right. That's John Connally at the very beginning. And like I said, a lot of times the most important information that you want to hear in the reverse speech will be right there at the beginning. This is already reversed, and you don't want to listen to the whole thing in reverse. You want to listen to a section, generally a section that is less than a minute long. And this right here is probably a very good section to listen to. So I'm going to zoom into that. This is the section that I want to listen to. And I want you to listen to it also and see if you can hear what he's saying in reverse. Okay, I'm going to stop it right there. I heard a few things. I wasn't sure what he said exactly, but I heard him say a few words. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the effect again. I'm going to change the tempo again. This time I'm going to reduce it by, say, 22%, and this is in addition to what I've already reduced it. So I'm adding to the previous change, but this is a temporary change so I can hear what he's saying. I can always go back and use the undo feature to change it back to the negative 36 for everything. So here I'm going to change it another negative 22 just for this section right here, because I think he's saying something here. Now we're going to listen.
Abney North Alive, Sullivan, of this national proceed.
I want to do another tempo change. I'm going to do a negative 22 again to add to that. So now I've done it twice. Twice now. I've reduced it another 22, negative 22 in the tempo area. Now let's play it and see what he says.
Muzzle shield. Assassination versus double wow. Heard nothing else. Wishing fouly news. Abney North alive. Sullivan. Of this mercy. Heard my Lord in the house. Muzzle shield. Assassination versus double wow. Heard nothing else. Wishing fouly news. Abney North alive. Sullivan. Of this mercy. Heard my Lord in the house.
Here is the reverse speech transcript of that short section found in the audio from when John Connally was released from the hospital on December the 5th, 1963. Basically, he says, muzzle off Silver. She is asking questions that go nowhere. There must be notepad. Pushing her fouly news. Abney walk the lot. Sell the land. And then there's an inaudible section. It's very difficult to understand. But then he says proceed. And another inaudible section followed by Austin. And another inaudible section followed by the word absolute. So there it is. And you might think that, well, this is not a very revealing section from the time that he was released from the hospital. But actually, it is a very revealing statement. First of all, he's concerned about reporters who are asking questions that go nowhere. And there must be a notepad. So maybe he's concerned that they've written down something that would be incriminating to them. But that's not the worst of it. The worst of it comes right at the very beginning of this statement, where he says, muzzle off silver. He's saying muzzle off silver in the context of his dealing with reporters. And you might think, well, what does that mean? Who is silver? Well, silver is not a who, it's a what. It's called a silver certificate. And on June 4th of 1963, John F. Kennedy signed into law Executive Order 11110, which would eventually put an end to the Federal Reserve and their monopoly over our monetary system, because it would restore silver certificates that do not require payment of interest. And this all makes sense. Now, the people who say that the money was not an issue in the Kennedy assassination are going to have to answer the question why John Connally is concerned about what people say concerning silver at this pivotal time. So there you have it. This is a demonstration to show how to do reverse speech. And the implications of it are enormous. Now, I'm sure that some people are going to be concerned and wonder, what happens to people who give these type of revelations. Well, yes, in the past, these type of people mysteriously die or disappear. But I have a philosophy that basically is like this. Just do it. Don't threaten to do it. Don't promise to do it. Just do it. Just whenever it's time to reveal the truth, don't hem-haw around. Tell the truth about what's going on so the people can have a chance to awaken from their slumber. They might do you in, they might not. But if enough people get up the courage to do that, we're going to have a better world.